clean white bones. Your clean white bones. Your clean white bones. Expelled its bright algae. Calm acid bath brought out the shine. Clap the bells together and climb this hill with my brothers. That forgetting will not befall us. Because your clean white bones will climb out of its costume. Melanin and bank accounts. Melanin and bank accounts. A dumb god with lips glistening, drooling through the atmosphere. We have pleased him with our 7 sacrifices. We have pleased him with our 7 sacrifices. What about me? Screams a million polished mirrors. What about me? But the lady was blackout bored on the white message board we call culture. My little bliss is so distracted. I wanted to be cleaned inside. I wanted to know one was right. It was so hard being sentient, but I tried! Your clean white bones! Your clean white bones don't need you anymore! Don't need you anymore. All of our clean white bones are gathered together at the top of the hill. And they laugh at us as they dance. And they do dance without us. That is the ritual. That is the ritual! You're clean, polished bones! You're clean, emotional, and being lazy, alcoholic pricks. We are what we rehearse to be. There's never been a time of peace. The Tarrion know this better than anyone. But that doesn't mean you should accept petulance parading as authority. Anyway, the Tarrion are a race of creatures that have existed on this planet for hundreds of millions of years in some form or another. They began life as mollusks 500 million years ago, much like we did. But they underwent rapid evolution. Until they took on a gaseous form during the great dying of the Permian-Triassic extinction event. It isn't clear what caused the leap to gas. And their histories are entirely hidden from human view. Our only knowledge of their existence is the strange artifacts they leave in our writing materials to communicate with each other through our literature. All the bizarre interactions humans occasionally have with the creatures during psychotropic escapades or during what are described as alien encounters. Not all alien encounters, obviously. Many of those are simply encounters with fucking aliens, of which the Tarrion are not. They are earthlings and fucking predators, thank you! Their singularity of pure technology and breakthroughs of immortality, telepathic communication, induction into the mycelial networks, and infinite free energy were billions of years ago! You would think that they would be free from experiences of bullying, inequality, exploitation, abuse, and fucking boring assholes, but alas they are not. Surrounded as they are by other Tarrion. Keeps close to the ground, rolling the long grasses and ferns of the moorland. Birds flit into and out of the undergrowth, disturbing the flying insects who are hovering or bumbling from flower and plant to flower and plant. We are between two tors on a great expanse of Dartmoor. This is where the great learned roam. These creatures are almost a species apart from the unwashed of the Tarrion, having committed to their gaseous form at an almost permanent state. They rarely bother taking physical form. For as a cloud, the learned uncouple their intelligence from a bony vault, and their curious tentacles of thought can roam deeper into the inner sphere and further out into space they inhabit, and indeed sometimes through into other adjacent dimensions. Speaking of which, the moors are a favoured environment for the learned Tarrion because of its high concentration of granite. Granite is the material that signifies the location's feasibility for travelling between dimensions. It is where the curtain can be pulled back. and its innards revealed. Anyway, rising out from the grasses and gorse and ferns is a perfect example of a Tyrannus, which is a plant, and it is fucking massive. Behold its enormous form, 8 meters in diameter. The stem thrusts out of the moorland like a massive thing that isn't a dick. Its stem is 45 meters tall and covered completely in untangled, beautiful hair. This plant is here and not here, like the Tarrion. Its atomic structure is foreign to us. Its entire makeup completely beyond our understanding. We are the salmon in the river, swimming upstream and then swimming downstream and then swimming upstream. And the Tarrion are walking their dogs on the path next to the river. And we are oblivious of each other, apart from when they want to snack on our tasty, tasty fleshes and our brain meats, which they are occasionally wont to do. So, that is who they are. They are strange, like you, but they're not as attractive as you as a human. They're quite weird looking. Revolting, really. But nothing is as revolting as boredom. The wind is cruel on Mutley Plain tonight. And I tell myself I'm a tourist in this land. But more honestly, I'm on a temporary visa that becomes more permanent as time goes on. And I tell myself that the wind is cruel on Mutley Plain tonight. And the cars cut relationships in half as they aquaplane sideways along the grime-encrusted facade of the shops and the smoking piles of rubble. And I tell myself, the wind is cruel on Mutley Plain tonight. So I best find shelter in this bar again. And the
bartender is wrapped in fairy lights. I hold up a crisp note. Soon, the glass is full again, and starlight climbs across the ceiling. A cartwheel grows out of the wall and rolls by, smiling insanely. And before I know what has happened, I have joined a group of actual tourists that are being led from the tour of the building. Interesting structure. I'm sucking my drink at the back of the group. And with a flourish, the guide shows us a door. And he says, behind this door are creatures committing such heinous and revolting things. That the body and mind cannot really compete with it. And you shouldn't walk through this door unless you are entirely ready for the horrifying reality of what you truly want, deep, deep down. Behind the door and down these steps are sights and experiences that will drive your very soul to the edge of what it means to understand pleasure. It is a galaxy of clarity and wanton happiness when anyone looks all the door opens and we excitedly bundle through. Down the foot-worn stone steps we alight in a small antechamber and are presented to a man wearing a wide robe who is quietly chanting some kind of mantra. He turns and pulls on a heavy curtain to reveal an impossibly long, impossibly wide stone room carved out of the bedrock like a natural cave system. Throughout the room and spaced out comfortably are a huge crowd of massive bells. Like this, but absolutely fucking massive. Huge. Like 50, 100, I don't know. Massive. Hot. But from a fucking ceiling that you can't even see, it's so high. I'm sure I can see clouds up there. And the man in the white robe says, shut up! Are we ready to begin? And he floats over to a stand by the wall and retrieves a person-sized wooden mallet from a long row of identical hammers. The minute his hand touches the handle, the atmosphere in the room immediately changes. It becomes charged with something close to a horrifying sexual electricity as the massive bells begin to anticipate the hammer. We notice the bells moving. They crane towards the man with the white robe. Striding into the crowd, he brings his big mallet aloft. There is an audible gasp, and no one strikes the metal shaft of the bell. That elicits a gargantuan shudder. Like something out of purgatory. Or the womb. He turns to us and gestures to the rest of the mallet. would line the wooden stand. By now the room is full of the noises of desperate creatures hanging from the ceiling, longing for their hammer! We're nervous, but it hurries us on. We rush over and pick our hammer, whichever one feels right, and we turn. And we try and recognize something in the faces of these blank metal structures. I don't know which one to hit. And the woman next to me stares at me wildly and just starts cackling. It drives me on. I move towards it. The one that feels like it knows me. The one that feels like it's chosen me. I find my way over to it quietly and confidently, all of a sudden certain of what I need to do. I bring the hammer up, and I can see in the brass face a desperate yearning. And finally the hammer comes down and strikes it. And then I just feel connected to the hammer and connected to the bird in a way that I never feel connected to anything. And everything slows down. And I work backwards. And I stumble up. And then I hear the bird say to me telepathically, "Where is my thunder? Give me back that sweet, terrifying vibration! Crack my sides with your fury! I making contact with the metal flesh! Every shriek of ecstasy is howling and consumes me! Give me back my chaos! You wail! Free me! Free me! Free me! And I just wish you would brace for the impact! End of ritual.